house, you left your closet door wide open. Not only did you let these no good sisters in, you let Monique bitch ass in with her Periscope. She see every motherfucking thing.
YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again, hit you with a video. Now this video right here is about Khia, Miss Thug Mrs. Y'all know who Khia is. Queen's Court, her and T.S. Madison. And I had a chance to watch this video Friday. I was very busy and everything. Had a lot of stuff to do. That's why I wasn't able to upload video in the last couple of days. Because unlike a lot of other YouTubers, this guy right here have a life to live. And I have other things, have other things going on outside of YouTube as far as my business, my job, and whatnot. So very rarely, do I take, so many days off, back to back, even though it was only 2.
You lucky on that day I was acting cool, cuz. I told you I ain't got time for that, but nigga, today I got time, cuz.
You gotta understand, it's been a while since I took 2 days off back to back, just getting back in the swing of things. But I have other things I have to do. But I was watching the video, I think that was Friday night or Saturday night. It had to be Friday night, I guess, because that's when I was eating lobster and shrimp for all you pocket watchers out there. But anyway, so I came across Khia video, and she was basically, chopping people's heads off like she was Conan. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm listening to the video, because I'm not gonna lie, we all like a little drama here and there, but it's like a thin line. And I ain't talking about between love and hate. It's like a line you don't cross. It's like, how raw do you have to get likes and to get your point across? Anytime you have to use profanity, every other word, to get your point across, either 1, you're unintelligent, 2, you're full of shit, or 3, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. So I'm gonna let you all decide to choose which one you think that she is. But the killer part about the video was the fact that she just started going down a list on people. First, she started off with Monique. And see, I said this in the first video I did, that I didn't feel comfortable how she did Monique, because if you started your show off sitting on your red couch doing a podcast, why not continue to talk on your phone? Why not continue to talk on your iPad? I mean, why all of a sudden do you need a blown production? But I understand you clarified that when you said it was all T.S. Madison idea, which Madison backdoored said it was all the both of y'all idea. But I'm kind of leaning more it's toward Maddie idea, because Maddie is more professional than Khia. We know that. So anyway, soon as she starts talking about Monique, I'm like, well, okay, she been saying little things about Monique, but the same thing, you got to understand one thing, people. Khia started this beef with Monique. Now it done turned into beef. And I'm not talking about no Junior Bacon Whoppers. I ain't talking about no double cheeseburger. No, this done turn to Carl Juniors. This done turn to Fat Burgers, triple meats. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about them quarter pounders. Now, instead of talking to Monique and selling this like women should, being from one sister to another black woman to another black woman, that's all I hear. Evidently, it's not all. That's not what it claimed to be. That only matters when people of other ethnicities talk about you. But it's a crying shame that people that look just like you would throw you right up under the bus and then try to justify why they threw you under the damn bus when it was Khia who first talked about Monique and her husband, talking about how Sydney this, Sydney that, basically, pimping her out, using her, that's her daddy, in so many words. I ain't got to go down and verbatim what she said about Monique's husband, but that was very out of line what she said about the woman's husband. I'm sure Monique heard this, and like I said in my first video I did about them, that anybody that knows Monique knows one thing: Monique is going to speak, and Monique is going to speak from the heart, just like she put Sway on the spot. When Sway, Sway's universe, Sway in the morning, Sway was trying to avoid the question. Monique asked, well, Sway, love, how would you feel if they did you this way? If they didn't give you the 11, 13 million that Amy Schumer got, and you was a Monique, and you only got 500,000. How would you feel if Sway trying to dodge the question? You're like, no, damn it, Sway, answer the question. So we already know how Monique get down. And then for us, Khia to go so far as talk about Monique, how she played in the movie Precious, that was really how Monique really is, and that she wasn't acting in the movie. Okay, well, maybe that explains why she got 50,000. No, that was a jokey joke. That is not why she got a $50,000. Lee Daniels promised Monique so many perks and advances if she was to do this movie for him for 50,000. She already allegedly had three other shows, movies lined up if this was a success, and Precious was a huge success, made her, internationally famous, even though she was already famous, here in certain other markets. But that movie really, propelled her to superstardom, and look how she got done. But at the same time, instead of Khia sitting down like T.S. Madison saying, this is what I'm going to keep going back to, because this is the whole point right here. If you're going to talk that shit, you got to roll with it, even though that's a song. But anyway, if you're going to talk that shit, you got to be able to back that shit up. If you're going to talk about somebody, you got to be able to sit and face them, whether it's on these cameras, whether it's on your laptops in the studio, whatever. You got to face some of these people, just like some of these assholes who've been talking about me behind my back got to face me. But like I tell these fools, and I'm gonna get back to the Khia thing in a second. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't touch me on my light day. You know what I'm saying? If I wasn't on YouTube, I'll still be riding Mercedes or Lexus or whatever the hell else. So for you to watch my pockets and then sit up here and make a damn video about it shows how confused you are. You see, I didn't have time yesterday. Now today, cuz I got the time today. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm not gonna even get into all that, because like I say, it's like I'm like a duck, and they hate is like water. I just let it slide and glide right off my feathers. I don't give a damn about them, because one thing about them, you know what I'm saying, until you have been through what I've been through and walked through what I have walked through, you can't judge me, homie. You know what I'm saying? And he knows exactly who I'm talking to. This is not directed toward no woman. I wouldn't even make nothing directed toward a woman. But this is directed toward a certain individual. And he knows who's the hell he is, Mr. Invisible Man. But anyway, back to Khia. Now, everything was cool, you know, until Khia stepped over the line like she always done. But it was time to confront the situation. All of a sudden, we have technical difficulties. And I'm not going to say that was planned to sabotage the show, just like Khia said that some other guys, and I'm not even going to call their name, even though they're on YouTube also. And big shout out to them, because I checked out their platform yesterday. They have a pretty good platform. And I'm going to give props what props is due. And at the same time, if you don't deserve no props, the hell with it. But at the same time, I was listening to those guys, and I was also listening to Unwind with Tasha K. And, well, Lovely T at first, even though Lovely T don't hardly talk about it no more. But anyway, I was listening to Tasha K, and Tasha K broke it down real well. And these other fellas, they broke it down real well. But at the same time, you have to understand one thing. Khia tried to make it seem like that the other guys that came in that Maddie brought in sabotaged the event, and that's the reason why they had so many problems with the light, and they had so many problems with the microphone. They couldn't hear. Monique supposed to be on Periscope, periscoping in, supposed to went on Skype and all this other mess, just a bunch of mess. But my thing is this right here: how can you have all these shows perfect, and all of a sudden you get a celebrity like Monique is? And she's coming there to try to talk to you and actually defend herself and her husband, just like anybody else that would do that love their spouse. They're not going to sit there and let you bash their spouse. Then all of a sudden you have so many technical difficulties going wrong, and then we hear excuses after excuses as to why the show did not go as planned. And then to have the nerve to sit up here and talk about Monique being raped by her brother, being molested by her brother. Now, we know from the Oprah show from some years ago, you all can look this up. Monique, mom was on the show with Oprah and everything. They was basically discussing how these incidents allegedly took place with Monique and her sibling that allegedly raped Monique and molested Monique when she was young. And for Khia to throw that out there from another black woman to another black woman, and you know how people, women of color have been done in this country from the beginning, you know, that says a lot about you as a character, as a person in your character. And your character is this right here. You the type of woman to throw anybody under the bus. Long as you can have your cake and eat it too, long as you can do what you want to do and maintain some kind of stronghold in the game, that's the type of woman Khia is. So, you know, she really is a pit bull in a skirt, if you ask me. Just like she said she was, talking about people labeling her this. No, it's kind of funny that you would call yourself that, because that's what you really are. And then the thing about Maddie, Maddie was smart in this whole move. And I'm going to tell you how Maddie was very smart. Maddie went and trademarked the name. Like, okay, you want to play games? You want to think that it's all a game? No. And you know somebody had to tell Maddie that now, because why all of a sudden you just not going to get a trademark? So Maddie went and got the name trademark. So guess who the Queen's Court actually belongs to? Maddie. She got a trademark. No wonder Khia is going to start. And if she don't start it this week or tonight or sometime, she will start it soon, or unless she change the name, she will have another show, and it's going to be called a gag order or something else, because that right there is already set in stone. Now, people were saying, the guys that I watched on YouTube, they was basically saying that they already had two shows. Maddie and Khia already had two shows already booked. One was in DC and one was somewhere else. And if you know what the other show is, please leave a comment in the comment section letting us know. But anyway, so they had the show at DC. They did. I think that was last night. You know, it was, you know, pretty good, even though it wasn't that long. It wasn't, you know, they didn't do their set that long. They just basically got there, said a few things, and that was it. So, but the guys on YouTube said they was already paid to do those shows, and that was all just a host, really, and they got one more show to do, so you will see them again together. But really, it done already fell apart. That London Bridge done already crashed and fell down, if you know what I mean. But at the same time, you know, we from the outside, we looking in, you know what I'm saying? We on the outside looking in. So we can't really say what's going on hand in hand, but when you have people who was actually there, and then you go cross-reference one person, see what they say, and see, that's why you don't never take one person, everything they say to heart. You go back and you listen to this video, you go back and you listen to this person, and then you make your own assumption. Because you know what I'm saying? There's always going to be three sides to every story. There's yours and the real truth. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I tend to do. So when I was listening to Tasha K broke it down, and not only did Khia talk about Funky Geneva, whoever that is, and unwind with Tasha K. For those of you who know who Tasha K, she got a pretty good platform, and Tasha K really went into detail, you know, I mean, really went hard with it, and basically calling Tasha K bitches and everything. I don't know that bitch. Okay, if you don't know that, if you don't know the woman, why she got to be a bitch? But it's crazy, and people get mad when men say it. They be ready to crucify men, ready to flag them, ready to do all kinds of shit if that was a man. So it's a huge double standard that's going on. But at the same time, do not be fooled or entertained about foolishness. And the reason why I say that is this right here. Because anytime another woman can sit up here and tell another woman, like Khia told Monique, making fun of her that she got molested and everything by her brother, that says a lot about a person right there. And that right there really hurts me. You see what I'm saying? Because we don't have too many women of color who done won the Oscars. We don't have too many women of color who actually has a voice and stands tall and speaks from the heart like a man. That's what I'm talking about. We have that in Monique. True, Monique is not perfect. Nobody else is perfect. Not either is Khia perfect. Now, I'm not saying, you know, that Khia is all this, she all that. But at the same time, when you're wrong, you're wrong. You got to stand on your square. And that's the problem right now. People do not want to own up to their shit. You knew you was scared to face Monique. You knew you were scared to face that woman because Monique is a pro. She's been doing this for years. You have not been doing this for years. Now, true enough, you've been doing your little Queen's Court thing on your red couch, but that's nothing compared to the level that Monique does it on. And we understand that. So I guarantee you, if Monique was to have that conversation with Khia, we'll look at Khia totally different, because it's nothing like seeing a person broke down to their last decimal, you know what I'm saying? Just seeing them broke down till there's nothing left for them. Have you ever seen somebody breaks down somebody like that, just talk about them so bad and make it make sense and won't even have to cuss one time? You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. But anytime you got to open your mouth and it's one cuss word after another, and this funky bitch, this funky hoe and all that, I mean, that right there is just too much right there. Because I'm like, well, damn, when are we going to get to some real dialogue? When are we going to see what's really going on behind closed doors? And like I said to Maddie, you know what I'm saying? Big shout out to Maddie. Do your thing. But at the same time, you got to understand, if a person leave you hanging like that, that's just like me at the club. You know, if I'm getting ready to fight some guys and the guy I rode, you know what I mean, the guy that rode with me there and I paid his way, leave me hanging, I got to fight all these guys by myself and end up getting my ass stomped out. Guess who else? I'm going to be mad and be ready to stomp out when I get healed. Now, I'm not telling Matt to go jump on Khia. It's just a metaphor. I'll be ready to go whoop his ass that left me hanging. So at the same time, you can't leave your friends hanging, then blame it on everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Blood supposed to be thicker than water. And I know y'all not sisters biologically, but at the same time, you know, in the heart and spiritually, that's supposed to be your sister. You call her sis and all this other stuff. So act like that's your sister at the same time. Let me know what you all think about this situation. And if the Queen's Court get back together, more kudos to them. But when it comes to you talking about Monique being molested and all these other people, instead of focusing on the fact that you put Monique's name in your mouth first, focus on that. Let me repeat myself. Focus on the fact that you put Monique's name in your mouth first. Monique didn't say nothing about you and whoever this person is you supposed to be sleeping with or whoever. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? We all gonna have sex. I mean, damn, unless you ain't got nothing to work with, and even then some of y'all still try to get busy. But at the same time, anytime you talk about somebody, be ready to receive whatever they got coming for you. You know what I'm saying? Because all that hate and all that anger, that can be reciprocated. What goes around comes around. In other words, let me know what you all think about this video, because it's a crying shame that you have to have people out here who just go over the limits. I mean, go over the limits. It be many times I be want to go over them, but I have to restrain myself. I have to control my mouth, because I know how I really get. I just be being nice. You see what I'm saying? Now, don't get upset. You know, God ain't through with me yet. I'm trying to be better, but at the same time, I be slowly, you know what I'm saying, trying to keep myself from falling back to that old ways. Because I remember I used to have a foul mouth, you know what I'm saying, one of the best out the South. Let me know what you all think. If you like, push that like button. If you like, subscribe. Definitely share the video with whoever is hating in your life and let them know, man, stop all that hating. You know what I'm saying? If you talk about somebody, be able to say everything that you said over phone or behind their back, be able to say it to their face. That's all I'm saying. Give people the right to defend themselves. Let me know what you all think in the comment section. Y'all have a blessed day. I'm out.
I'm in my motherfucking van every motherfucking where I go, bitch.